up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Squawk and Seeds podcast, your favorite Pokemon podcast, and we are keeping the good vibes rolling again. It's another jam-packed episode of fun. My name is Kyle Cooper Rios, one of your three talking heads on this week's episode. I am joined, as I am every week, by the Pony Bottle Champ himself, Mr. George Fabre. George, happy Tuesday. How we doing?
Oh, just another Tuesday, lovely in New Jersey. It was hot as shit today, man. Did you go outside at all? You have to go outside, right?
It was hot.
I have a porch, like a back porch in my apartment, and I work from home, so I'm sitting at my desk all day, and it's freezing in here. I'm wearing a sweater, and I stepped outside for like 2 seconds today, and I was like, it is freaking hot out today. So, but I was really excited all day because to my left, I guess you're right at home, we got a very special guest today. LDF, what's up, bro?
What's good? Thanks for having me on the pod. I know we were talking a bit at New Orleans about getting me on, so I was like, definitely got to hop on. And, well, we've done it. I am here. So thanks for having me on again for today's episode.
Yeah, no, really happy to talk to you, man. Me and LDF were comrades in when I was on TSS for the last couple of years. Commentated a couple of Guardy mirrors at 2:00 in the morning, as one does sometimes.
I remember that. Yeah, that was wild stuff.
Bro, anytime we'd have to commentate a late night, we'd always get the most like scuffed top cuts. It'd be like 3 Guardies, some guy playing Snorlax Doll, whatever Blitzel was playing that week, just complete jank. I think one night I checked. We went to bed at I think it was 4:30 in the morning.
It was something like that. I do remember that. Yeah, that was wild stuff.
That was some.
Well, those late night top cuts were crazy back then.
Yeah, I don't got that dog in me anymore, but God bless him. That's that's a lot of fun. But yeah, really happy to have you on the show this week. We got a jam-packed episode to talk to you guys with some stuff about, and as we do here, we'll usually go around and talk about how our collective days have been. So LDF, you're the guest in our home this week, so how you doing, man? How's it hanging? How's your let us be the last group of people to wish you a happy Canada Day, by the way. So
yeah, thank you yeah, I've just been chilling, just making content right now. We got the new set coming out next week. Time of recording, this comes out in 8 days, so pretty excited about Black Bull White Flare. Gonna hopefully give us some more content to work with. But yeah, I've just been chilling. The meta's been pretty cool right now. I've gone to a couple League Cups the past little bit, so that's been fun. Lost both I didn't lose my winning in at the second one, but I've basically been super close to making top 8 at both of them. Lost the winning into one of them, and then bubbled out at 9th place at another one. So I'm trying to get back on that cup grind now that the new season started. Especially in this kind of downtime we're in right now between new set releases. There's not really much going on in the Pokemon community, so just been kind of trying to grind the cups a bit. I am going to Worlds, but I won't be playing, but I'm going to be there visiting and doing some other cool things. So I'm definitely excited for the future.
I will see you there. I'm also not playing because I am trash, but
so am I. I didn't get my invite.
I got Ace Trainer, which I was jazzed up about at NIC, but we're going because we have a few friends that are there, and my one buddy that made Worlds. I've been traveling to all different majors with him this year, so it was only right that I went. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a side events guy though. I don't really give a crap about that.
Honestly, same. Yeah, I don't really play in them that much. I might play in the Open Cup. I don't know if that's on the Saturday. I'm leaving Saturday, so not going to be there all weekend.
Yeah, but apparently you kind of have to, right? Because you have to get those mats. They're just worth a crazy amount of money for no reason. I'm not trying to say I'm a scalper, but if I can make some bread, I'm gonna try to.
No, I know. I get what you mean. It's same thing when you go to the Pokemon centers, right? You want to get that exclusive Pokemon Center product, because it's worth a lot. Because it's only exclusive to that certain thing you go to.
I just found out about the mat meta. I didn't realize that the mats, what did they give away? It's the regional mats or whatever, the older ones that you give away at the prize
They are
haul.
worth a bit. Yeah,
that's crazy. I think one of my coworkers, he just randomly started getting into TCG stuff, and he asked me if I had an extra playmat, and I just gave him. I think it's one of the ones that had the Charizard on it, and he's like, this mat's like $25 on eBay, right? I was just like, damn, that's crazy. So you can have it though. Just taking up
yeah. There's well, I don't know. The side events at the regionals are decent, or even ICs, because they give out old packs. So I think last year they were giving out team up packs. A lot of my buddies farmed side events after not making day 2 and just got like a bunch of team up packs.
Yeah.
This year, I think they had brilliant stars.
Funny you say that. Kyle has a great story about that.
Yeah, we so last NAIC, I whiffed registration, so I didn't get to enter. And one of my buddies came with me just because he wanted to keep me company, I guess. So we found out very early on that they were giving away like Cosmic Eclipse and like all these like old ass packs like at the prize wall, and we were like, oh, we gotta hit the ground running on this shit right now. So I think I won like 12 packs. Like once all of my friends and I we just started dropping like flies. We're like, yo, come on, let's get a 4-man pod going right now. I think I ended up like coming up with like 12 packs, and I may or may not have flipped into one of my friends after the fact. But it's just like I was literally seeing people like winning the packs, running upstairs to the vendors, and immediately it was like the infinite money glitch. Like you're just you're just like entering like the cheat codes in San Andreas, and like suddenly you have like $1 billion in your bank account. It was
a lot of my buddies took advantage of it. I know a few people got not in trouble for doing it, but they kind of got caught trying to like cheat the system a little bit. I think they nerfed it this year though.
Yeah,
I don't think it was as easy this year, and the prizes obviously, there wasn't any Cosmic Eclipse. I think the best one was like Brilliant Stars. And then I think Destined Rivals is like the second best one you can get. But it was pretty funny though. Last year was crazy. I made day 2, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But honestly, I should have just done it because I would have made more money doing that than making day 2 anyways. So I didn't,
That's true. That's true and true.
George, how you doing, bud? How are you doing? We're coming to you live just for context sake. George and I went to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest in New York this weekend. Real patriotic of us. I am wearing a hat that I got from a baseball game that I went to.
Oh, that's sick. What?
Yeah, I got to watch the Brooklyn Cyclones.
Now I'm really upset that I didn't go to the baseball game.
Honestly, I didn't know they were giving away hats. This is pretty sick. Once a year, they turn into the Coney Island Franks, and they had these like removable patches that you like put on the hat. So, like,
what is going on?
That's cool.
Yeah,
it just keeps getting worse.
No, it's tough. It's so tough. You fucked up, bro. I told you.
Yeah.
We had extra tickets. You fucked up. So.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still thinking about that roller coaster that we went on.
Yeah, we went on like one of these like boardwalk roller coasters that was just like way too fast for like what it was trying to do. That shit was not cool. I'm still feeling the effects of that. You a rides guy, LDF? Do you like roller coasters?
Yeah, I like roller coasters. I'm not as big into the tall ones. I am scared of heights, so like I can't do tall roller coasters. But the odd like roller coasters that are like decent sized, I'll do them all day. They're pretty fun.
This one you would have shit your pants on then.
Yeah,
you were like
not good.
Parallel to like I guess perpendicular. I don't know what the correct whatever.
You were going up at a 90-degree angle. You were going straight up.
Yeah, and then straight down, then upside down again and again, sideways turn, sideways. It was,
oh my god!
It was
That is crazy.
And then my friend Dave was like the whole time he was like, it really wasn't that serious. I'm like, all right, dude. Like, it was exciting for me, and I'm happy I did it, but like that shit was fucked up. But then, but then 4th of July, I went and ate more hot dogs, believe it or not. And I think I had 5 hot dogs on the day. That was my goal, to have 5. It's like it's a real American thing, I guess. Just we're not Joey Chestnut level, but like, 5 is good. We're just 65 short of him, but
sure.
But yeah, like it was a good 4th. I did absolutely nothing Saturday and Sunday though. And I'm not mad about it at all because I'm old and I need my recovery time. So all that being said, it's been a good week. I've been refreshed working. Had some tough meetings today with, being the boss. You kind of have to sometimes let people go that aren't performing. It is what it is. But, it's all in the day's work. So it's been a good day overall.
God bless you. LDF, do you guys celebrate Canada Day the same way Americans celebrate Independence Day? Like, are you guys like grilling hot dogs and stuff, or is it just like?
Yeah. The Canada Day was pretty chill. I didn't really do anything though, to be honest. I don't even know if I went out. I haven't really been out for Canada Day in a long time. I used to do family stuff, and like sometimes there'd be fireworks. But yeah, I honestly haven't really been celebrating Canada Day that much. I like it. It's fun. But I don't know. I just haven't been out as much doing what I used to do. Like back when I was younger,
Sure.
obviously it was a lot more hype. I guess now it's just getting older. It's just
And
like
that was
just
the
passes you
day,
by.
and that was the day that you guys had that like big league cup in Canada, right? That was like the one of the big ones you were talking about.
It was
Talk
like
about that.
Yeah, so that was like a 90-person League Cup. It almost like it would have been 100+ people. It was close. We had to. There's a second building beside the game store that I go to every week, and they had to use that empty space to have the second room because they couldn't fit everyone in the first place. So it was really cool. Like it was a fun one. It was like the first big League Cup of the season, one of the biggest League Cups I've ever played in, and it was fun. I played Goldango Pidgeot with Sarah Ledge to the tournament, and I went I lost my winning in to Gardevoir with a Fluttermane and a Devo. And
Sure.
the game I hit him, he just like started Fluttermane, so I couldn't coin bonus my active, and my setup was really jank, and then he just like set up really quickly, got like turn 2 Guardy out, started attacking immediately, and I got cooked. So I got bodied. I was a little upset about that. I was like, bro, Gardevoir is supposed to be the easiest matchup for Goldango, and then I hit the one build that like teched for Goldango. So unfortunately, I didn't make top cut. My friend Dan won the cup though with Goldango, so that's cool. So at least one of my buddies was able to win the tournament still. But that's how that went.
Fluttermane would be back in Gardevoir in 2025. I wouldn't have saw it coming. So
I think it's pretty good against stuff like Charizard and stuff, because Charizard's making a comeback too. Like any of these big evolution decks, like they kind of get bodied by Flutter Devo, I find, or it's pretty good against that. So
don't give George the hope, bro. George loves Charizard. Don't tell him that.
Charizard's good. It's definitely a deck I've considered bringing to a cup too. I was gonna bring it to the other cup I went to the other day. I went to 2, and the other one I was gonna play Charizard also, but it wasn't as consistent as I wanted it to be. I was going to put a Mist Energy in my deck because this time I was prepared for that Fluttermane stuff.
Guess who played Mist Energy and Charizard to NIC? This guy. And Picnic Basket.
Yep.
But people just don't understand the power of Chi-Yu. That's what it is. They don't understand.
Dude, anytime I hit a Charizard player, I'm like begging that they don't have a Chi-Yu in their deck playing Goldango, because like the Chi-Yu, even if I play Rigid Band, it still makes the matchup like unfavored. Unless like I get really lucky and like somehow gust you 3 times in a row. Yeah, the Chi-Yu's really annoying. That's like one thing with Goldango right now is like I'm pretty scared of people playing like random Chi-Yus in their Pulsar decks and their Charizard Pidgeot decks.
Yeah, that guy's a federal agent.
It is very good.
I love
Shout out to Goldango. I have it on my desk right now, and I also got the last. I bought a bunch of Holland's Phantoms energy cards at a card show that I went to. These were literally just sitting in a binder. I like stopped whatever. I think I was having a conversation with my brother, and I like stopped whatever I was doing. I was like, I need to buy these right now. These are not going to be here in like 5 minutes. If someone smart knows what's going to be in here. So I got that. I got my last one in the mail the other day. So now my Goldango is I'm going to go 3-3 at my next challenge. At least my deck's going to look cooler than the other guys. But that's rough, man. Like, and I got to say, living in an area where you like, I'm so envious of people that are like already have cups and stuff to go to. Cause like, at least for where we live, we don't have any cups like at least until like August, I think.
That's wild. Yeah. Cause Toronto, like where I live, bro, there's a cup every week right now. It's crazy. There's like 2 cups on Saturday. It was crazy. There's a lot of cups in Toronto. It's so busy.
Yeah,
are you familiar with Hamza Game Corner, LDF? Are you familiar with our boy Hamza?
Yeah, me and Hamza go way back. I've known him since like I was a kid. A long time. I've known him for a long time.
We've been talking about going up and meeting up with Hamza. I want to go to Toronto in the summertime because whenever we go up for regionals, it's freezing cold. So
yeah, it's probably gonna be cold again.
So I would love to go in the summertime and see the city in the summertime, walk around. Like I think it'd be dope. And then maybe we could meet up at a cup or something that weekend. So.
I'd be down. There's quite a few cups going around in the area this summer for sure, and the weather's pretty good right now. I'll say that it's very, very hot here. So
I still don't understand.
Hot and sunny.
I still don't understand what they were thinking, like putting the Toronto regionals in December this past year, because like it was literally like it was fine in October. Like the last week of October was literally perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand what they were thinking, like putting these cold weather, like putting cold cities, giving cold cities like regionals in the wintertime. Like that's nuts.
It's probably cheaper, honestly.
Probably.
It might be. Well, we had a lot of snow last year, or this past winter. So like if they do it again, they might run the risk of Toronto regionals being on like the day of a snowstorm. And then like people's flights get delayed and stuff, and then it becomes jank.
That's a good point.
Truly crazy stuff.
Yeah.
As we've been doing with these off-season podcasts, and because I'm also in the midst of cleaning up a lot of the bulk before I start doing stuff for the next set. LDF, we've been asking our guests what's the coolest card they have within reach of them right now. What's like the coolest card on your in your general vicinity right now?
I don't really have like any like good cards on my desk. My desk is like messy, but I do have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I mean, I guess this counts. I got a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards here. They're all GX era cards. I got like Rainbow Dark Dragon, Evil Hero, Rainbow Dragon, Elemental Heroes, like the XYZ Dragon guys. I just have a random Yu-Gi-Oh card stack. All my cool cards are either somewhere away, hidden in grading things, or all like my other cards are in my backpack right now, and like my binder and stuff. Like my tradable collector box thing, they're all in my backpack. Yeah.
I got one of my coworkers recently went to Card Party in in Tampa last weekend.
Yeah,
I guess they had these like little like giveaway token cards that you like give away. So and they got like custom art on them and stuff. He bought like he had some extra ones, and he like one of them comes in a full art. So I guess you like do like scavenger hunt stuff throughout the event, and they give you these, and they're pretty cool. Like these mud kips, like these guys are tough, bro.
That's kind of sick. Yeah,
it's kind of sick. So shout out Card Party. I'm not like a huge collector guy, but like stuff like this is cool. So George, what do you got for show and tell this week, pal?
I mean, like we did this last week. It's a lot of the same shit. Like I still have these like promos here. I still have all these packs. Like I don't even like. I have like 5 Destin Rival packs, 5 Series 5, 5 Series 6. I tried to clean up a little bit. I got like this random Pokemon Center ETB just on the floor here. You know what I'm thinking? Since I just have this shit all over the place, Kyle, maybe we should do like a giveaway or something.
Yeah, I think we should. Hey guys, it's Koopy here with a quick interruption in the middle of this episode to explain the giveaway that we're doing this week. So to celebrate this episode, like we said, we are going to be giving away a Pokemon Center ETB of Journey Together, as well as a bunch of prize packs, from Series 5 and 6. So the giveaway is going to be really simple. We've never done one of these before, so I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So this episode is going to obviously going up on July 18th, which is a Friday, the time that it's coming out. You're going to have 1 week to enter this contest. We're going to make it really easy for everyone. So you're going to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you're going to comment in the comment section below what your favorite Unova Pokemon is, since we're talking about Black Ball and White Flare a lot in this episode. So very simple. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment your favorite Unova Pokemon. You're going to have until the following Friday, which is July 25th. July 25th, when our next episode drops at 12:30. The sign-ups are going to be closed. And then a winner will be selected. We're going to enter all those names into a wheel selector, and whoever gets picked, we will be in contact with you. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Again, we never done one of these before, so we're gonna hopefully maybe do more of these in the future. But yeah, like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment below what your favorite Unova Pokemon is. You'll have 1 week, and then we will announce a winner in a short intro clip to the following week's episode. So, back to the show. You'll be entered into a chance to win shit from George's house. Which is, I can't...
Shit from George's floor. Shit from George's floor.
It's so funny. Literally, George will just have like random, just like what did you have? You had like the Moltres Articuno Zapdos GX card. Is that still on your desk?
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, yeah, the Galarian Birds. That's crazy,
bro. Yeah, George just like loves having money around his on his floor. But
and that's from the ETB, I think. That artwork right there.
Yeah.
That's from the Hidden Fates ETB.
Like
sure.
people like this Creeptail too, right? Like just hanging out. I just have. The thing is, LDF, at the end of the day, I don't think I really care for Pokemon cards or Pokemon in general.
I'm still convinced I'm still convinced you don't like Pokemon actually. So.
I mean, I don't know.
Name a Pokemon that's Quick Shirk's not an actual attack in the game, right? Pidgeot doesn't actually learn that, right? So
well, it should.
It should be its ability.
Oh man,
should.
But yeah, we are.
But don't they have something in the game that like finds berries or something?
Oh,
it's like items, right?
Oh, pickup. That's an ability. Yeah.
See, I do know. I know things.
What's that expression about a broken clock and being right twice a day? So, but yeah, let's LDF up. We're obviously very happy to have you, and I would love to kind of like pick your brain a bit about like you as both a creator and a Pokemon player. Where does the name LittleDarkFury come from? Has anyone ever asked you this before? Like, what's the origin?
This is like a pretty funny story. It's when I first got an Xbox 360 back in the day, my friend Craig came up with the name LittleDarkFury for just whatever reason. I guess because I'm a short dude, so like he's like, "Oh, here's your name idea." I'm like, "Okay," because I needed a gamer tag, and that was like the gamer tag he came up with. It was like kind of stupid. I just kind of stuck with it ever since. I mean, it's like kind of a funny name. I guess it like gets memed on a little bit. Like people can call it like LittleDarkFury or whatever. Like people come up with some funny names, but it's cool. Like short form LDF, I think rolls off the tongue really well. I just never had a reason to like change my name. Yeah, I just kind of stuck with it.
Whenever you can have 3 letters as like your nickname, I always think that's like a badass or like even 2. Like you just go by like like I can't go by GF like my initials.
Gluten free.
Yeah, honestly, I might be gluten free too, and lactose.
Nah, the 3-letter nickname goes hard. I'm a big baseball guy, and one of my favorite baseball players right now is a guy for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong. He goes by PCA, which I'm just like, it's such a something about a 3-letter nickname just kind of rolls off the tongue.
Something about Canadians with 3-letter nicknames. You got LDF, you got SGA.
Oh, true, yeah.
Do you not know who SGA is? He's literally just the finals MVP. No big deal. NBA champion from Canada. I mean, whatever. Sports. Am I right?
When are we going to get him on the podcast? Do you think SGA knows anything?
No, you got to do it. Yeah.
Oh, I think we can't. No, because Kieran already beat us to the basketball punch because I think he's like a season ticket holder to the Raptors or something. And he gave them like a bunch of cards to open and like you can like. I think Jacopoto was the only one that like knew what an actual Pokemon was, which was like really funny.
No, who knows a lot about Pokemon? The guy from the Orlando Magic. He's from New York. Whatever. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. I think I've seen this guy's name before somewhere with like Pokemon related stuff.
Yeah, he's an older basketball player's son.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Anthony's son.
Oh, Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony.
Yeah. Okay. He's a Pokemon guy? Okay, that's cool.
He's a Pokemon guy.
I think I've seen this somewhere, on like Twitter or something. Yeah.
He's from New York. Maybe we could get him on the pod.
Cole Anthony, come on our podcast. We'll work it out.
We'll give you an ETB.
Yeah. Do you remember where you when you first started like wanting to explore the TCG side of things as a player and a creator? Like what is your earliest memories of playing the Pokemon trading card game?
So like this would have been like late 2000s, early 2010s, late 2000s era. I like had Pokemon cards as like a cool thing because I was into Pokemon before, like the video games, and then I got into the Pokemon cards, thought that they looked cool, and then I think there's like a local game store near me, and I think one day I just checked it out and found out you could play there, and then I think that's where I met like Hamza and stuff, who's at this like local card store from back in the day, and then went to another one. Almost like every weekend until like 2013 is when I stopped playing IRL. I stopped playing IRL from like 2013 all the way up until like 2021 is when I just got back into it. So it's only just recent when I started to get back into the IRL stuff. I was mostly just playing PDCGO during the 2010s, like probably from 2013, 2014 to 2021. But then I went back to IRL stuff. But that was like the story of how I got into it. I just went to a local card shop and found out that they had like Pokemon tournaments I think it was like every Saturday or it was every Saturday they had like a Pokemon tournament. And then Sunday I would also go to like a little Pokemon tournament. That was maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from where I lived. So that was that. And I met a lot of people that I still know today, like my friend Hamza, my friend Anil, my friend Kayla, my friend Alan, my friend Andrew. We all like I know them from like way back when, like from like 2012, 2013 era when I was playing back then.
And now Hamza is just your local Pokemon reseller,
Yeah,
making videos on PSA returns.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Hamza, dude, he's leaning into it though,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Hamza's a pretty good player. I hit him. Funny story. I hit him back in 2023 at Hartford Regionals. I hit him on not the winning in, but it was round 9. I hit him, so we were both already in day 2. But one of us had to win to go like 7-1-1 or whatever. And I ended up beating him. He was playing Gardevoir. This was Guardy before Reversal Energy came out. This was like when it had like Gardevoir, Roxanne, Miriam, and Zacian in the deck. So I hit him, and I was playing Arceus, Duraludon, Umbreon, and I do remember it was a really intense match. And then I ended up beating him, going 7-1-1. But that was like the first time I've hit Hamza in a long time at a tournament.
Wait, was this at Hartford?
Yep. This was 2 years ago.
Oh, this is the Serena.
Yeah, the same tournament where John Ang he forgot how Serena worked. And
that's funny.
Yeah, got it. We still talk about that to this day. It's very funny.
He doesn't know what Serena does, and he also doesn't know that Flareveil stops Angelite. He doesn't know a lot of things, but we love him anyway. Shout out Hamza.
Yeah, I still won't buy your energy cards, Hamza, but I still love you. So thanks for trying.
So I've met you a couple times in person. I don't know if you remember. I know you have a lot of people come up to you, but I always tell you the same thing because it's true. I literally got back into it watching your videos, right? Watching all your Rogue Deck videos on PTCGO, and I got to ask you, like, now that we have the time here, how the hell do you come up with these things? Like, how much researching, how much time does it take to see what cards will pair together? Like, where do you get these ideas?
I spent a lot of time on Pokemon TCG Live and PTCGO back in the day, just like going through all the cards in a set and just seeing what would make for good content and what would make for good videos. And also if like the deck would be fun to play. Like that's first and foremost. I'm not going to do a video on a deck if I don't enjoy playing it or I'm not interested in playing it. I probably have like 40, 50 decks built right now on Live. Maybe like half of them I will actually do a video on because they actually look interesting enough to play and make a video on. I'd say it's a lot easier now to find cards or find decks to build because there's so many like different websites that have different deck lists. So like for whatever reason I don't have an idea for a deck video or I'm running low on ideas of like what to build, I can always go on like a website like Pokekabook or Limitless and just see what cool stuff is doing well. Like in this day and age, the algorithm feels like, titling your videos more of like not clickbait, but titling them like this first place deck is broken, stuff like that gets more views. So like finding like decks winning tournaments is like pretty cool. So just you kind of like, in my opinion, you just have to like look out and see what decks are doing well and making videos on them. If you don't have your own ideas, there's all these different websites that have like winning deck lists from like tournaments and stuff, and you do some cool things with those.
So in preparation to this episode, I was looking at some weird cards last night.
Yeah.
I was like, what can I task LDF with to see if you can make a road deck with? And what I came up with, and I bet you can make it work if anybody can make it work.
Let's hear it.
I was thinking Kingdra EX, right?
Yep.
With its whatever the first attack for 1 energy puts 3 water Pokemon on. Bringing in the Omnistar. I don't know what set it's from, but it's basically block Snorlax.
Yeah. I think it's from the 151.
I think it's
like that.
151.
Yeah. And then there's and also I can't say it.
Quaquavel. Yeah.
The one that draws you cards, and then obviously probably like something like a Baxcalibur would probably have to be like a third Pokemon to bring on there. But I feel like you can run like a Control-esque deck with those 4 cards.
You could play it with like Brilliant Blender. You have like Arvin Blender, discard all the Pokemon, rare candy into the Kingdra. Could be kind of cool. I've tried different, when I visually did Kingdra, it was back when we had cards like Pokestop and stuff, so it was actually kind of easy. And Irida was a big one too. It was a lot easier to get out the Kingdra and also discard Pokemon. I do actually have a Kingdra EX deck built right now, but it's using Baxcalibur and Rev of Room, so it's more like you're just trying to use its second attack that does damage for each energy on it. But the first attack's pretty cool too. That was like when I originally played the Kingdra card last year. I tried to like build around its first attack with Baxcalibur and stuff.
Yeah, I can't say the Pokemon's name, so you guys have to say it.
Quaquavel, yeah, it's a tongue twister, man.
But I can't say it. But that ability is actually broken, and I think a little underrated right now. Put one card on, and then draw to 5. Put a card on the bottom of your deck, draw to 5. Like that's not bad.
It's like Bibral's Fulvit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's Bibarel Squovit in one card.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
George, just for me, can you pronounce what the evolved form of Darumaka is again, please? Just for me.
Darmanitan.
There you go. Yeah, George for
to-
weeks couldn't pronounce Darmanitan for some godforsaken reason.
I'd always say Darmantion.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I've
See,
been saying
I don't-
Darmanitan a lot 'cause I've been playing a lot of Enzork.
Yeah, that deck? I don't see everyone was expecting that deck to kind of fall off.
I thought it was,
Shaman.
and then no, it's actually pretty solid right now. It beats Gardevoir, which is like a big bonus.
Yeah,
It's what I played to the other League Cup I went to this weekend. I played Zoark. I could have got top 8, but I bubbled 9th.
Oof.
So I was unfortunate.
Drawing
I
cards
needed
is
one of
fun,
my I
bro.
needed one of my friends to beat one of my other friends to make top 8, and he lost. So then my resistance tanked a bit, and then I ended up getting 9th.
I've been playing Enzork with Dragapult lately. Some Zoropult.
That's a cool deck.
It's not bad. I don't know if my list is optimal. I'm just kind of messing around. I said it to Kyle the other day, and he was like, "What the hell am I looking at right now?" But I don't know. It kind of works. Like you, like Zorak with one like Reshiram, you could have it as an attacker, and if they swing into it, you're doing a lot of damage late game, and then playing a bear in it too. So like if they go through your attackers, go through your Dragapults, you could kind of set something up. The problem is with the deck that I've noticed is like, you can't accelerate energy enough if you're not playing Crispin. Yeah. And currently I'm not playing Crispin, so like I'm trying to find a way to put that in the deck. But I put my A-Spec as Neo Upper, and that's helped a lot because then I can just attach return one time to Dragapult attack, and then next turn maybe attach to like a Monkey Dory or a Zorark and move forward that way.
Didn't Stefan play this deck? He played.
I think he was playing Crystal. I think over Neo Upper.
He was, yeah.
Which is kind of the same thing, except Crystal you can find with Arvin a lot more easily, but it's weaker to Jamming Tower.
And weaker to Jamming Tower. That's what my thought process was. I saw a list from Sebastian last time at online. That guy drinks a ton of milk, right?
He does he's way smarter than I'll ever be. Touching back on the rogue decks for a second, because again, I'm very fascinated by like under the radar stuff. What's your favorite rogue deck of all time that you've ever, but something that you've crafted or that you've played before? Like, what's your favorite rogue deck of all time?
It's crazy. I think the most iconic rogue deck of all time would have to be the Truth, and that's one of my favorites. I tried to make that deck work in the Legacy format, even though like that meta was a bit different than when that deck won or got second at Worlds. So that's one of my favorites. But there's a lot of other cool ones out there. I'm a big fan of the Vanillux Vileplume Victini deck, another old archetype from back in the day. That was a pretty cool like rogue deck where you would like item lock and then always basically guarantee paralysis with Vanillux's attack. That was a pretty cool one. But like recently, I was a big fan of the Quad Metagross deck I used to make videos on back when Metagross VMAX existed. Quad Metagross was like really, really cool. Yeah, the deck was really just 4 Metagross V, 4 Metagross VMAX. Yeah, that deck was actually like kind of decent. And that one I did enjoy playing quite a bit.
Do you ever just like dream of taking one of these rogue decks to a regional and winning with it all and being like, I'm smarter than everybody else? Like that used to be my dream when I first started playing. Then I quickly realized that's a very hard thing to do.
It's I've thought about like bringing rogues to regionals. I've done it a few times. They haven't really gone the way I wanted them to go. Like I played a Lugia Duraludon VMAX deck to Toronto 2 years ago, and that deck did not do good at all. I did really bad that tournament. And then I played a Lugia V-Star Mewtwo V-Union deck to Toronto the 1 year, and I almost could have made date. I went 5-4. I was trying to go 6-3, but I lost the win last round to a Mew VMAX. So I bricked game 3. And then I was actually on stream with that deck, which was cool. I got bodied by Grant Manley though. But I've thought about it. But like I think when I'm going to a regional, like the main thing on my mind, honestly, is making day 2 and trying to maybe not just win the tournament, but like at least doing well enough where I can make cash or something. So like I try to stay away from rogues at regionals. But if I have like a really cool like under the radar tech card idea or something interesting that no one's tried before for a deck, I will experiment with it and then maybe bring it to a regional. I did this like this year at Atlanta. I played Goldengo Sarah Ledge to Atlanta regionals when everyone was playing the Dunsparce.
Sick.
It was pretty good, yeah. Like I think for Atlanta specifically, if I would run the tournament back, I would play the same 60 again. I hit a lot of really good players. I hit Rahul Bradner and Brent Tonneson in the tournament, so I went through the gauntlet. But the deck did well enough where I like went 6-3. The deck was good for that tournament, so that was like an example of a rogue deck because everyone was playing Goldengo with like Scissors at the time. Everyone was trying to beat Cornerstone. They were playing Scissor. They were playing the Dunsparce. I found out the night before a bunch of Atlanta locals were going to be playing Goldengo to Dunsparce. And I was like, dude, this Goldengo Sarah Ledge Vever Vroom deck is sick. Everyone was like sleeping on the idea. So I played it anyways and did pretty decent with it. So that was like an example, I guess, of bringing a rogue deck recently to regional. But I usually just try to stick to like, right now I'm sticking to more meta stuff. But I do like bringing anti-meta decks to regionals. That's been more appealing to me than playing Gardevoir or Dragapult. Like, I don't think at the moment you're not going to catch me playing the BDIF to a regional. Like, I'm going to go to Pittsburgh, but I'm probably not going to play Gardevoir. I'm probably not going to play Dragapult. I'm probably not going to play, Grimmsnarl. I'm going to play something a little bit more under the radar, but still obviously good enough to do well in the tournament. Something like a Goldengo or a Flareon or a Zoroark or even a Charizard would be something I'd be more like attracted to.
Yo, if you cook a Dango list, send it to me. I'll send that shit right now.
I'm working on Dango ideas for the Worlds format. The Dango gets a lot stronger because of Genesect, but it also gets a little bit weaker because I think Jellicent Gardevoir is going to be the best deck in the format, and Jellicent is really good against Goldengo. So I'm trying to work on a Goldengo list that can beat Guardy Jellicent, because I actually don't think straight Dango with Scizor is good enough to beat Jellicent Gardevoir. I think that deck is really good against Raging Bolt, which is what everyone played in Japan for that tournament. But I think Guardy Jellicent is going to be the most dominant and broken deck of the format. And I think you have to build a Goldengo deck that can beat Jellicent. And I haven't seen one yet, and I'm working on a few Goldengo ideas of how I can figure out how to beat that Jellicent.
Is Jellicent weak to dark or
it's weak to dark?
It is weak to dark, yeah. There's not really any good dark Pokemon that you can play, though. Like, I thought of Zoroark EX, which I think is actually the best partner for Goldengo for Jellicent. But like Zoroark requires you to put 2 dark energy on it, so you have to play 12 energy again, and it's a little awkward. But that is one of the ideas I'm trying out right now, is if Goldengo Zoroark can beat Jellicent Guardy.
Grimmsnarl
Goldengo would be an interesting one. I feel like if you're gonna play Goldengo though with a dark type attacker, just play with Charizard. Like that. Well, I guess if you play Grimmsnarl though, you can play an extra dark for Monkey Dory. If you play Charizard, you have to play more fires. But I feel like at that point, Charizard would just be a better version of Grimmsnarl, but. Yeah, I mean, that could be cool. Like, I think if you're going to play Goldengo, you do probably need to play some kind of tech card for the Jellicent for sure.
I can't wait to
see. I'm going to bring to Pittsburgh. Probably.
I can't wait to steal everybody else's ideas. Post Worlds. Talking about 2026 real quick before we transition into the other stuff here. You are someone that, again, as someone that knows you and works with you. You started off really hot last year, from what I saw in the 2025 season. And so, like, what are you looking to do differently this season? Like, what are your big goals as both a player and like a content creator going into this next season?
Well, so last season I was a little upset that I didn't get my invite, because I did have a good start. I got 4 cup wins like really early on. I had some decent finishes, but I think what killed me was like I didn't do as good at the ICs. All 3 ICs I any IC I did somehow squeak out a bit of CP, but I went to LEIC and EUIC and I did not do good at both those. I bombed EUIC and I almost got points. I lost my point winning in at LEIC. So if I did better at the ICs, I probably would have had my invite, because I had a few decent finishes. I think this time I'm going to lock in a little bit harder for regionals. I'm not just going to simply just like... I played a lot of Goldengo, which I don't think was a bad thing, but I only had 2 day 2s out of all of the Goldengo decks I played, right? I had one finish at San Antonio I thought was really good. I thought the Goldengo deck I played at San Antonio was extremely good. I bubbled out a top 64. I think that tournament, honestly, if I did a little bit better day 1, I think I probably would have had a deeper run, because I think the Goldengo deck I played at San Antonio was ridiculously good. And then the Goldengo deck I played in Milwaukee that I got day 2 with was like okay. It was the Pango deck everyone was playing. I was playing the Genesect still. It was cool. It was fine. But like I think I have to like lock in a little bit harder for these regionals and like actually play a deck that I don't just want to play because I like playing it as it's part of my character, but also because like the deck is good. So like I maybe want to look into playing more like Charizard or something, or like Zoroark. I gotta mix it up. It's funny though, I complained about playing too much Goldengo this season, but at LEIC, I was gonna play Goldengo. That was my second pick behind Lost Box. I ended up going with Lost Box at LEIC, and I didn't do as good. And I look back at my LEIC run. I think if I just played Goldengo, I actually think I probably would have had a better tournament run. It even got top 4 that tournament. Yeah. So it sucks because like you can't do the tournament again. Like I can't go back in time and like be like, okay, play Goldengo, don't play Lost Box to LEIC. It's not gonna go well, but I don't know. It is what it is. I just have to like lock in a bit harder, trust the process a bit more, and I can probably do better. That's my goal. I also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the League Cup thing again, where I can win 4 cups super quickly. But if I can do that again, That would be pretty nice.
Honestly, there's so many tournaments I went to last year where it's just like, again, that, like, hindsight's 2020. Like, I always try to be as confident in my deck choice as I could. But there was at least like 2 or 3 events last season where, like, even my friends were like, yeah, maybe you should have played something else. Like, when I went to San Antonio, I was like so dead set on playing Reggie Drago. I gaslit myself into thinking that, like, playing Lugia was going to be a bad idea, even though I've played Lugia to, like, every other regional that I've gone to, and it was a pretty decent choice. And I played Reggie Drago, and I was miserable the whole fucking time because I just, like, I was the deck is very fragile if you don't, like, your margins for error are very small. And also I just hit like a blender of some crap matchups.
Yeah, it happens. That's what happened at NEIC this year with Goldengo. I was really locked on Goldengo. Me and my whole group I was staying with were all playing Goldengo at NEIC, and I hit all the bad matchups really early on in the tournament.
How many EVs did you hit?
I hit 1.
Oh.
But then I hit a Toad's Cruel. And then I hit Charizard, Pidgeot, Dusknoir, Shiyu, which is like unwinnable. Like, I literally couldn't, like, they bodied me. They checkmated me by like the 3rd turn of the game, both games.
It's a good deck.
Yeah. This is my existence being friends with George, because George only knows how to play Charizard, Pidgeot. So, like, he just rolls up to our weeklies, claps all of us because all of our decks lose to Charizard, but then none of us ever see a lick of Charizard at a regional, except when I went to NIC, I hit 2 Charizard decks playing Raging Bolt. I was like, cool, I guess I'll die now. It's fine.
You knock us out, counter catcher, Chi-Yu on your Ogerpon. What do you do?
You're a loser. You know that?
What you do?
Yeah, literally. Good deck. I hate Charizard. Nah, he's all right. Can you believe he's rotating soon? Like, I just kind of like.
Yeah, so is Goldengo.
Yeah, bro. I was like looking at some stuff the other day. I was like, nah, Goldengo's not a G block, right? Like, I still got some time before I gotta put him away, right? And I was like, oh nah, like we're running out of time.
It's going soon.
I feel like it happens so much faster than last rotation, though. I don't know if it's just because like work has been super busy for me or whatever, but I feel like the V Stars hung around for a lot longer than what we currently have now with some of the early on EX.
I think it feels that way just because the V Stars are busted.
They are. They also lasted literally from the first ever regional we had back since the pandemic to when they rotated. So they were here since IRL play came back.
Yeah.
Like, the first regional was when Arc V-Star was legal.
Like, do you know when you have like a party and like everybody's leaving and like you got like a couple people that's like you kind of want them to leave, but you don't want to say anything. They just really overstay their welcome. That's what I feel like the V-Stars were. Like, they just hung around way too long. And I think that's why it feels like, why cards like Gardevoir, why cards like Charizard, like, feel so like overtuned and busted now. It's because they had to compete like power creep wise with some of the most busted cards that Pokemon's ever printed. So like you look at the comparatively the other EXs that are coming out now, it's like everyone's just like, oh, I don't know, this feels kind of like a little lacking. Well, it's like, yeah, that's because they kind of have to tone this down a little bit before they immediately ramp it back up again. When the megas come out. So I'll miss Goldengo. Gardevoir, it's fine.
I'm down for Gardevoir to leave. Same. I'm sick of that deck.
Let her go out on top. Like, Gardevoir might win Worlds. Like, let it take its time in the limelight. But
I don't see how Gardevoir doesn't win Worlds, to be honest.
It's definitely very possible. I think that it, at the very least, there's going to be a big target on its back at Worlds because everyone's hyping up the Jellicent deck. So I think it'll be countered. So there's a chance it doesn't win, but if Gardevoir is going to win a World Championships or has the best chance of winning Worlds, I think it legit could be this year.
I mean, Quad Thorns won last year, so who the hell knows, right?
Yeah. But that tournament was supposed to be won by Reggie Drago. I think Drago, like, there's a good chance that if Ian Robb doesn't do that thing on stream, he probably wins Worlds. Yeah. He was pretty favored, I think, into both the Roy Moon deck and the Miraidon deck.
Yeah.
He just has to figure out how to beat Moon, which I think the play was to just cure them twice. So, yeah, Ian Robb would have probably been the world champion if he didn't do the thing. But it is what it is.
And for those,
stop talking about George. Don't say.
Listen. We spent the whole podcast talking about whatever else last week. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, read a book. It's all over the internet. That was what a weird world that was. Talking real quickly, I guess we can now kind of transition into the black and white stuff, which also piggybacks into our Squawkers fees this week. We're going to talk about the Black Bolt and White Flare stuff because we haven't really talked about it on the show the last couple of weeks, given all the news that has been coming out. We haven't really gotten a chance to talk about this yet. I'm curious of your take. How do you feel that they're like splitting up the set like this, like between for those of you that don't know, the next CCG set we get is Black Bolt and White Flare. It is all of the Unova Pokemon released into this set. But they're splitting the set up into two. They're two distinctly different sets with two separate card pools. So if you want to get cards like Reshiram, and I think if you want cards like Reshiram EX and Embor, you have to buy White Flare. If you want stuff like the Electric with Dynamotor and Zekrom, you have to buy Black Bolt, and vice versa. The card sets are different. So how do you feel about them doing this in an era where it's already really hard to get product as it is? They're making it slightly harder for us to get stuff.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I definitely think that it could be bad depending on how easy it is to get the product. Obviously, it's a mini set, special set, whatever. So it might be a bit harder to get this stuff. There's no booster boxes either. So getting product in bulk is going to be a bit harder because you can only buy the ETBs, I think. So we'll have to see on that one. I currently have 2 ETBs coming right now. So, or at least I should get my hands on 2 ETBs by the time the set launches. So I'm excited for that. But obviously, there's so many good cards in the set. There's a lot of playable trainers. I think that I like how I do like how they made Air Balloon and Tool Scrapper the best, 2 of the best cards in the set as reprints and Prism Energy. So if you own the old copies of them, you can just use those instead of having to go out of your way to find the new ones. But obviously, all the good stuff like the Genesects, the Jellicents, the Reshiram, the Zekrom stuff, you got to get your hands on those still. It's interesting how they split it up because obviously, I think I think Black Bolt is the weaker of the two. I think White Flare is the better set to get. I think it has the more better cards in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's interesting. We'll have to see.
Do you remember the chaos from last year where Shroud of Fables was coming out and everybody needed to get their hands on stuff? But everybody, every store I went to, all the ETBs were ship delayed, so people are buying 12 3-pack blisters trying to get Pheasantipity and all this other stuff. So it's
this might not be as bad. At the very least, there's a bit of time before Worlds with the set releasing, so I don't think it's as short as when Shroud of Fable came out. Shroud of Fable came out just around Worlds, so it wasn't a lot of time. At least with this set, there's a little bit of time between Worlds and the set dropping, so at least players have some time to get the stuff they need, test the Guardy Jellicent, get the Genesects, get the Zekroms, try the Electrics out, get all your Air Balloons and your Ignition Energies and stuff.
Yeah.
Kyle, remember when I bought 1 3-pack blister and hit Pheasantipity and the whole Duskull line?
Yeah, I wanted to die. I bought 3 3-pack blisters and pulled Jack. Literally nothing. I got 2 Night Stretchers and a shake of the hand. But I was stocked up to the brim with promo Petrons, which I couldn't use anyway. So it's just
I was banned for Worlds.
Yeah, I was just bro, then I watched I think one of our other locals bought one of the Greninja boxes. They had a Fez in their box. I was what's it like to be God's favorite, guys? Because it can't be me. Yep. I was not the chosen one today. My aura was not farming well enough. But yeah. But yeah, I think we're going to get into this week's edition of Squawker Sees, everybody's favorite this or that question game. We're going to go through some of the most impactful cards of Black Bolt and White Flare. We've talked a little bit about them. We'll talk more about them in depth here. For those of you who want to follow along at home, we're going on justinbasil.com looking at the proxies. Shout out to Justin Basil. Really makes testing and printing this stuff out pretty easy. So I guess going through the list here, and again, there's a lot of Unova Pokemon to go through. Thankfully, these kind of narrowed us all down to the decent stuff. I say I'll open up to questioning with what I think is the more impactful of the mascot Pokemon, and I think a certain archetype of player is going to gravitate towards these. Zekrom EX. Are we squawking or seizing Zekrom's impact to the game it's going to bring here? LDF. Well, we'll start you off.
100%. Zekrom is probably better than Reshiram because we are getting Electric back, and then Miraidon legit could be a good deck again. Instead of playing Joltik, you can actually just start playing generators again. You can play your Electrics. You're playing old school Miraidon, except you don't have Raikou V and Forest Seal anymore. That's the only difference. But Zekrom is a really good late game attacker, which is something that Miraidon has been lacking ever since Raichu left. When I tried to make Miraidon work in this new format, I was it's not as good without the Raichu. It's actually pretty good with the Zekrom now, because it's literally got Charizard EX's attack, but it even does more damage.
So sick. George, are we squawking or seizing Zekrom EX.
Yeah, you got to Squawk. I saw something on Twitter. Someone was like, what intern at the Pokemon company gave a basic Charizard EX's attack? Like, it's stupid. It's silly. I mean, what is it? Is it 3?
It's 3. It's 2 lightning and a
3
colorless.
energy. Yeah, 2 lightning. Yeah, so 3 energy. It's so broken.
Busted. And technically, it works with counter gain. What is
Counter
it?
gain,
Not
yeah.
counter.
Counter,
The counter
yep.
gain.
Yep.
Yeah. So for 2, you could go 2
I'm ready,
electric,
bro.
attach, counter gain.
I'm so ready. I'm squawking it. I'm a Miraidon truther. I got that thing on me at all times, but it is good. And this is a deck I've enjoyed. Miraidon's a deck archetype that I always like go back to because I just want to slam my head into the ground and like go as fast as possible. It's also always like a good like new set deck because I feel like Lightning always kind of gets something to play around with. Whether it's like the Magneton in the past set, and now this. Not only that, and I guess I'll piggyback that and also talk about the electric here. That's going to be a big Squawk also. Like just getting Dynamotor back was so crucial for this deck. And so you get back energy acceleration and you get a late game attacker. Now, I think the biggest downside with the Zekrom is that it does 30 damage to itself, which is pretty tough. You know, in certain scenarios, obviously 200 damage is like the bare like entry level like decent attack number that a Pokemon can hit. So that's kind of lame, but Raichu also had 200 HP, so it's just like you don't really care about that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Ideally, you're winning with Zekrom, so then you don't even care if you take damage. That's the ideal goal.
Yeah, so I will be squarely looking at my guy, Jesse Parker. I ran into him on Bourbon Street, and I asked him, I was like, yo, man, is Zidane back? And he was like, I might be. I don't know. He was so I'm big on this one. George, how about you toss us the next one of these new cards?
Yeah. I mean, being that I am a fan, LDF, I got to hit you with this one. Squawk or Seize the new Hydreigon EX.
This one's weird. I don't know if I want to Squawk or Seize it because, like, the card is technically bad. I think the other Hydreigon is better, but there are some cool things you could do with the new Hydreigon EX. You can play it with triple energy or ignition energy. You put a blind side on it, and then you play like Halucha / Monkey Dory. You put damage on the board, and then you go Hydreigon, knock something out for 2 prizes. There is some cool combos you can do with that. You don't really get to use its other attack, like its main attack, that well, because 5 energy is a little too expensive. But I like it. Just because I'm a Hydreigon fan, I'm gonna Squawk it. I'm gonna keep it. There's some cool combos you can make work with it. It's not just like unplayable trash. Just because it needs 5 energy doesn't mean it's bad. If you put a technical machine on it, you can theoretically use a different attack.
Yeah, that's. Honestly, I respect it. I'll Squawk it too, just out of respect for the goat. Hydreigon is so cool. What where does Pokemon. Hydreigon's your favorite Pokemon, right? Is that something you got on record saying? So.
Yeah, the mascot here.
He's the goat. Love that guy. That's a good one for sure.
Just too cool. It's just too cool. He's the goat.
He evolves. Like when I got that Pokemon as a kid, I was just like, "Yo, when's this guy gonna evolve, man?" It's like, I'm like level 58, bro. Like he's still got 2 heads.
Dude, but speaking of the TMs, I just want to say like Crisis Punch with that thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can play with Crisis Punch.
280 at the end of the game. The little Dusknoir line. I don't know, man. I've been looking at that card sideways. Like, I don't know, man.
It's pretty good with those TMs and ignition energy. There's something. Yeah. It's not as good as the other one, but it's cool. It's cool.
All right. I'm going to open up the round of questioning for a Pokemon that I think is pretty interesting. How about Meloetta EX with this live debut ability? If you go first, this Pokemon can attack on your first turn. So we're Squawking or Seizing Meloetta as a concept here.
I don't know. I might seize it. I think it's cool. There are some interesting things you can do with it. Like you can use it with TM Evo turn 1, but then you have to play like Town Store in your deck. You have to draw Buddy Pop and energy. You have to like draw pretty perfectly. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like it's a little bit too much to ask for. Meloetta is also very squishy. So like you just have this low HP 2 prizer in play. I think it's decent. But I don't think Meloetta is as good as people make it out to be. Like, it's fine. And there are, like I said, TM Evo is cool. And you could theoretically donk stuff with it. Like, you can KO Budu. You can play it with, like, Clefairy Vitality Band. And then you can donk Treepies. But I think overall, it's, like, fine. I don't think it's, like, that good, though.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I thought about, I think I would seize it too, but that was the first thing I thought about is turn one TM Evo. But again, like how hard is that, or how easy is that to pull off?
Yeah.
But then I thought about it a little bit further, and the only reason why I may squawk it is because you could theoretically play a super turbo deck if you find squawkabilly. Squawk and C's, TM, copyright. But Squawk and
True.
C's, and then if you find Carmine as well, you can really run through your deck a lot. So like maybe you can find TM Evo, and I'm sure we'll see some people, like yourself,
Yeah.
that are much smarter than Kyle and I, that will figure out like a way to make this happen. But ultimately 30 damage isn't doing anything, and then the effect of the attack is bad. The Clefairy angle is interesting. I hadn't thought about that, but ultimately I don't think this card is strong enough. But maybe as a setup card, it could be squawked in some situations, but ultimately I would seize it as well.
They'll do anything to try to replicate an iota of my goat's power. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Fusion Strike Meloetta. I think about you every day.
Can't be as good as Melodisecco.
Yeah, no, shit. That is we're hanging that jersey in the rafters, bro. Like we're retiring that number. I just think like on the concept of just like the donk angle of it, like there's just other decks that do this so much better. Like Poison Donk, it's like less steps. And you're playing a one prizer versus like a two prizer that's going to do nothing after the first turn anyway. So I think on principle I got to seize it, even though there is, like you said, there's some cute applications to where how you can utilize it. But there's just it's that old expression: work smarter, not harder, type stuff.
Yeah.
Georgie, give us another one.
Yeah, I'm going to go to one of the new item cards actually here, and I'll read it out for the people listening that may not know what it does. But I think it's interesting. Energy coins. Flip 2 coins. If both are heads, search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Squawk or seize LDF energy coins.
I'm going to have to probably seize it. I think that they're cool, and like it is kind of strong if you actually do high roll it, but like I feel like the chances you hit it turn one when you need it are pretty low. Unless if you can play all 4 in one turn somehow, there is technically a world where you are able to get at least one of them to hit. Like it's pretty unlikely that all 4 flip quad. I mean, actually, it's not that unlikely. But like, if you flip all 4 in a single turn, at least one of those should probably work. But obviously, it is kind of a high roll card. I wouldn't really think it's that good. It's going to be fun for sure to experiment with and try out. But I wouldn't really say that it's going to like change the way like turbo, big basic decks see play.
What is that stadium? What was that stadium that you could re-roll?
No, it didn't work on items. So that's the only problem. It only on attacks. Yeah, only attacks.
I think busted. Jesus,
it would be. There was a supporter I think you could use to guarantee heads, Will, but I don't think Will worked in this way where you could use Will to guarantee double heads. It was only one head, so then you still needed to flip another heads.
I think Joe did Mr. Omnipoke did it in his like set review video. I think he said what the percentages are. It's like a 25% chance that this just doesn't work, given like how like the statistics work. Some poor guy's gonna bring this to a League Cup because he couldn't find his energy sticker in time, and it's tragic. I think this card sucks. So I'm gonna seize that one. That's a big old seize for me. I'm gonna move down the chains here.
Well, we can't just put all softballs up there.
Yeah, right. No, you gotta take a pitch.
Yeah.
We all can't be Forest Sealstone. It's that. Remember when that card was like the price of gas? Like
crazy stuff.
The stamped one was so much.
Oh, the stamped one was great because it drove the economy down. Like shout out to the
true.
I remember like buying like the Miraidon building battle deck because like it had like a non-hollow Forest Sealstone on it, and I'm like, yes, finally, like the fucking economy on these things are crashing.
Yep.
Let's talk about let's talk about both of these tool cards here for a second, because I think these are obviously two of the most impactful cards in the set. Let's talk about Air Balloon and Brave Bengal as a combination, Squawk or Season. I think we all are going to be on the same page with this one. LDF.
We got to Squawk both of them. Brave Bengal is really good for one prizers like Typhlosion, Festival Elite are really going to like this card. Other one prizers maybe like Roaring Moon might like it, Okie Dokie. But Air Balloon, I think, is a better card overall, or at least I think it's going to be more impactful. Air Balloon is so good for so many different decks. It's not just good with stuff like Goldango, so you can like retreat between your Dengos, but also having it on your Charizard, your Zoroark EX, your Grimmsnarl EX, your Flareon EX is actually really relevant because you're less susceptible to getting randomly Monkey Doried. So now if Gardevoir tries to go Monkey Dory on your Grimmsnarl, you can just go Air Balloon, retreat into another Pokemon. Air Balloon having the ability to use 2 retreaters more efficiently, it's just really nice. Like Zork EX is a very strong draw engine, but it's very risky because you can get stuck in the active. Same thing with like Revavroom, Revavroom. Like it's a really cool card, but it does get stuck very easily. So now all of a sudden these draw engines with a 2 retreat are actually a lot more better because you can always put Air Balloon on them. You can't get stuck in the active as easily by getting boss or counter catcher stalled.
George.
So
like it. 100%. I mean, I have a gold air balloon still, so I can't wait to sell that.
Wow.
True. Yeah, you can still use that.
I'm not going to use it. I don't use gold cards, but I'm definitely going to sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
That's a tank of gas, bro. That card's still like $25.
So Air Balloon, I just think is a no-brainer. Obviously, getting free retreat where some Pokemon have a double retreat cost is, I mean, listen, the card was broken before. It's going to be broken again. It's going to be a 1 of, 2 of in every single deck played. But Brave Bengal is like really interesting to me because I just love it when Pokemon builds decks for us that are a little bit slower for the prize mapping of other decks. And if I can come in Brave Bengal with, a non-rule back Pokemon, and I mean, listen, I already talked to you how much I love Chi-Yu. Now you're telling me my Chi-Yu can do 170, bro?
Kind of crazy.
On.
That's kind of sick.
Come on. So, yeah, I'm squawking this one, too. I love the idea of this card. I think it's very, very well made.
I also think these cards being able to exist in a format where Arven's a thing, even though like Arven has felt like a much worse card since Forest Sealstone rotated, I just think these cards being able to exist where you can cherry pick them out of your deck a lot easier is really cool. The implications of it are very, very strong, especially with Tree Prizers coming back. I think I like cards like Brave Bengal, which proves that Pokemon isn't just going to completely ignore the single prize archetypes, because that is one of the problems you fear with Tree Prizers, is that like our single prize decks are going to be able to keep up in math. So far, the only one that is Typhlosion, and I think this does nothing but help that. So I think this is
exactly.
It's very promising to see this sort of stuff. Mr. Fabre, next up on the plate.
Yeah, we'll give the last. This probably be the last one here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to save this one for last because I think it's actually super interesting, and you guys are all going to laugh because I don't know how to pronounce it whatsoever. So I'm going to pronounce it the way that my brain reads it. Alo mom.
Lamola.
Hello, May. Alomamola.
What?
Alomamola. It's a palindrome.
Aloe Mom Ola.
Alomamola.
Those are the 3 if you break them up.
We're gonna send you to Peoria again, bro. You got to get some speech therapy. So.
Yeah,
I can't speak.
I can't read.
For everybody listening at home that may not know what this card does, I'll read it out loud to you. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is an active spot, you may put a basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less from your discard pile onto your bench. Squawker sees LDF.
Definitely gotta squawk that. This ability is pretty good. This is like the actual first playable Alomamola card we've ever had. But yeah, this ability is really good. You can get back a lot of good things like Dreepy, Charmander. What else? There's so many good cards. There's like Dreepy, Charmander, Ralt, Cyndaquil.
Goldango.
Really good actually.
Gimmighoul.
Gimmighoul. Yeah. It's just a very good card. You can also use it as like a retreat pivot, so you can start your turn off by using it. You have Air Balloon or Rescue Board you can put on it. 110 HP makes it fairly tanky. You can use it with Nest Ball or Artisan. I think it's a really good card. It's a nice way to get back these little guys. Like, not every deck will play it. Like, I don't think Dragapult will play it. I don't think Gardevoir is going to play it, but I do think more stuff like Typhlosion, maybe Goldango will play it just as a way to get your Pokemon back. It's nice to have in a format where potentially your opponent can play aggressive and take out your little guys with like Screamtail or Dusknoir or something. So yeah, I think this card is really good. I definitely want to squawk it.
Yeah, no, I'll squawk this one too. Again, it's a support Pokemon. That's not like a complete like board liability. You're only giving up 1 prize. Again, like you said, it's very easy and manageable to grab. I think a deck that I think could actually utilize this, the one that came to mind and one that was mentioned in other videos I watched about this, was United Wings. It helps you chain your tiny attackers a little bit easier.
You could have all the wings in the discard pile. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of sick. So I dig that card on the concept here alone. I don't think how good this card is now might be to be determined. But maybe in due time, like just hold on to these if you pull them. I think is the only advice I'll give. But that's it for this week's edition. This week's edition of Squawk Seas. LDF, is there any other cards here that are intriguing to you out of the set? I know we didn't talk about Genesect, but we talked about it a lot. That's a card that's a squawk for me. I don't know if Genesect solves all of Goldango's problems, but I do think at least gives you like another wrinkle of how to play the deck. But I just think being able to
I
get
think
evolution
it's
is
more
good.
cooler than using TM Evo, in my opinion.
Yeah. Genesis
The
is
only
sick.
the only other card I'm interested in mostly is that Hilda supporter card. Search check for an evolution or an energy. That's kind of broken. It gets you any energy, not just a basics. You can use it to grab luminous energy, neo upper energy. You can grab your ignition energies with it. Getting an evolution is really good too. So if you play within a deck like Dragapult, you can get your Dracloaks or your Dragapults and then an energy to go with it. Hilda, I think it's very strong. I think it's one of those supporters that it's been one of these type of things like we've seen before with cards like Rosa from way back in the day. Raihan, these like niche little supporters that can help set your board up, but also keep you kind of chaining attacks over and over again. So I think Hilda's a fantastic card. And I definitely think it's something that a lot of people, I don't think they're sleeping on it, but I think that in due time, we're going to see this card become a lot more like popular than it might be off the gate.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. And then there's like stuff like Tool Scrapper, item
Another big one, yeah.
that getting reprinted is really big. Ignition energy and Prism energy. We're finally getting broken special energy back again. Now that Lugia is dead, so
yeah, exactly.
Pokemon can kind of let their ties loose a little bit with special energy again. There's some decently good stuff in here. I think this set is gonna. There's gonna be maybe a few more impactful cards out here than people might have expected. So
yeah, I agree.
George, you got your ETBs coming, or are you just gonna wingnut this one? Or
No, I didn't order anything from this, but I'm surprised we didn't talk about the new Sharon card.
Oh, you draw 3? Yeah.
Broken card.
Busted,
every deck's
bro.
gonna play it. Every deck's
Yo,
gonna play
4 of? Can I play 5 of these like as a treat?
You could if you play Nemona with Nemona's bag.
True.
Pokemon just keeps printing that card. I don't understand. Like no one ever uses it, and they just keep printing it. It's so bizarre to me. But
I can't wait to pull the full art clown card, bro. That card's gonna feed families. That shit is so funny.
Bro, that card's broken.
Yeah,
clown is crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like a clown if I were to play it in my deck.
Yeah. I'm playing one of clown, bro. I'm gonna try to work around everything.
These players shuffles their hand into their deck, then flip a coin. If heads, you draw 5 cards. And if your opponent draws 3, if you hit tails, draw 3, then they draw 5.
Yo, bro, what are we cutting for? What are we cutting for clown, bro? Like
literally,
that's.
Well, then the other thing too is like the Ends plot is kind of interesting in Ends Zoroark decks.
That just exists already in Poppy, and no one plays Poppy unless you played Reggie Drago at the end of its life.
Yeah.
So like, it's. Yeah.
I tried to play Poppy one day, and everybody made fun of me.
That card sucks. But that's going to be it for this week's edition of Squawker Seas, and that's going to be it for this week's podcast. So LDF, you're my goat. I always love talking to you. Always love running into you.
You too, man.
Yeah, it's always fun getting to kick it with you. Thank you for joining us. Let the people, if you guys don't know who LEF is at this point, you're living under a rock. But for those uninclined, where would you like to point people towards?
Yeah, if you want to check out myself, you can check me out on YouTube at LittleDarkFury. I do have a second channel, LDFPTCG. It's in the description on my videos. You can also check out my second channel. I've actually been posting a lot of Black Bolt White Flare content over on the second channel, and I got even more Black Bolt White Flare content coming out in the next couple of days. So definitely check out the second and the main channel if you're interested.
Yeah, and we'll make sure the next time in the next Squawker Seas vlog, we'll make sure that we'll post the audio for next time because my God, that was Purposely was a rough night. In Pittsburgh, it'll be significantly less rough because there's significantly less to do out there. But
there's less hand grenades too.
Yeah, more cheesesteaks for sure, probably. George, where would you like to point people towards?
You can find me on the platform X at Pony Bottle Champ, PNYBTL Champ. I'm always yapping about some BS, so come follow me and make fun of me. I encourage it.
I'll do that. You guys can check me out at Koopa NJ across platforms. We're doing the podcast. Follow us on YouTube at Squawkcast, and again, we'll post. We'll talk more about the contest here. Once the video drops in a week or so. But follow me. I got some stuff coming on. It's going on at some point. We're still continuing the off-season content. Live streams will be back of the podcast after the World Championships. So in this kind of in between period, we're just gonna record some episodes with some guests, and we hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Oh, and the Squawk and Seas vlog is out now. By the time you guys get this video, if you haven't seen it yet already,
it's gonna be way out by this time. So if you haven't seen it by now, doing yourself a big disservice.
Yeah, great stuff. You get to watch George commit heinous acts in the streets of New Orleans, and that's honestly pays for itself. But until then, we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Take my shit.